Welcome everyone, it's sunny in Van where the grass is always greener. On this channel, we try to shed some light and educate on real estate, cryptocurrencies, business, and the blockchain. I have recently been licensed as a real estate agent or realtor in British Columbia. Now, if you do need any help with your real estate needs, please do give us a call. We'll leave a description below and you can always reach out to us. Now, before we get started, disclaimer alert, the information and content on this channel is for educational purposes only. This is not professional or financial advice. Now, with that being said, let's move on to real estate news.
It's sunny in Van.
All right, before we get started on this real estate news, I just want to say this. If you are interested in buying a home or selling your home, please do reach out to us and we can help you out with that process. There is a lot to go over, but we'll make sure that we are there for you every step of the way to help you out with your real estate journey. I am part of the SRS Hall of Fame Realty Brokerage as well as Summit Real Estate team. Please do reach out to us and we'll be more than happy to help you out. Builders will scramble to catch up to demand for years, says Santander's Stephen Stanley. Median New York rent passes $4,000 a month in January. That's a lot of money to even get housing or a roof over your head. $4,000 a month. Manhattan rent hits an all-time high in January. Wow, everything is going up. These are the 10 most rent-burdened metro areas in US. Let's just click over here. It looks like New York City comes in at number 1. Now let's look at this chart. US metros with the highest average rent burdens. New York is the highest, then is Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Los Angeles, Palm Beach, Northern New Jersey, Boston, Tampa, St. Petersburg, San Francisco, Orlando. Keeping rent under 30% is increasingly unattainable. So I guess rent is going to be going up because all these interest rates are going up. It's harder to make sure you can maintain that mortgage if you're not even getting salaries that are that much higher. Like if you're only making X amount, how are you supposed to keep up with these interest rates? You're going to have to raise your rent. All right, let's move on to some business news.
It's sunny in Van.
All right, before we get into some business news, I would like to talk to everyone that's watching this video. What is it that you do in business that we can help you out with? Now, are you doing any marketing, your website? What's your outreach? A cool thing about business is relationships. You get to learn about people, grow those relationships. You can help them out, they can help you. But how do you grow your clientele? How do you grow your clientele or reach out to more people? Have you tried getting involved in your community? Go to some community events, sponsor some events that are going on, set up some booths, go around and start talking. A really good way to get that information out there or what you do is put it on your apparel, whatever you're wearing. Make sure there's some marketing or branding around that. Or if you drive a vehicle, throw on a magnet, throw on a car wrap, throw on a flag, whatever it may take. Get your message out there. If you are not doing some of these things, I suggest you do it because, again, your competition is already doing it. Make sure you grab that market share back and continue doing the tedious tasks over and over again because success is habit. I will tell you this, if you continue to do the things that you don't want to do, but you know that will help your business grow, just do it, stick to it. That's like a Nike commercial, but I'm telling you, it works. Stick to the plan, trust the process. For everyone that's out there, small business owner, entrepreneur, whatever it may be, make sure you are doing these steps. Rising Canadian shareholder activism faces tests next month with the new rules in place. A recent rise in Canada shareholder activism faces a reality check next month when a new law that gives more powers to investors to pick board nominees will be put to the test and could spur more campaigns this year, lawyers say. Last year's laggers leads U.S. stocks 2023 rebound for now. U.S. stocks that took a beating last year are surging in the early weeks of 2023, leading markets higher. Some investors believe that the trend is unlikely to last. BMW meets 2022 pre-tax earnings target, Focus magazine citing CFO. BMW met its 2022 target for significantly higher pre-tax earnings than in the previous year. Focus Money magazine reported on Sunday, citing the German carmaker's chief financial officer. Exclusive SoftBank's arm China lays off workers as outlook grim sources. SoftBank Group Corp's chip technology firm Arm Limited's China joint venture laid off 90 to 95 employees last week to cope with a challenging business outlook this year, according to two sources familiar with the situation. Meta delays setting team budgets as Facebook parent plans fresh round of layoffs. Facebook parent Meta Platforms Inc. has delayed finalizing the budgets of multiple teams as it prepares to a fresh round of job cuts, the Financial Times reported on Saturday. U.S. energy regulators questioned on oversight of Freeport, Texas LNG plant. Texas residents grilled U.S. energy regulators on Saturday over their supervision of liquefied natural gas processing plants at a meeting to discuss conditions at the fire-idled Freeport LNG plant. Colombian airline Viva Airways local restructuring process. Low-cost Colombian airline Viva Air has voluntarily started a local debt restructuring process, the company said late on Friday, as it awaits authorization of its merger with Alvanca Airlines. I'm sorry if I butchered that. ESB must avoid unnecessary rise in real interest rates. Visco, the European Central Bank, ECB, must avoid pushing real interest rates too high, given the level of private and public debt in the euro area, a top Italian policymaker said on Saturday. Nestle to pay ex-manager $2.2 million over bullying case. Tejas Enziger. Not sure how to say that name again. I apologize for butchering it. Nestle will pay a former manager 2 million Swiss francs, $2.2 million, compensation after a Swiss court upheld her claim of bullying while working at the company. G20 exploring cryptocurrency regulation, India's finance minister says. The group of 20 G20 big economies exploring whether the group could collectively regulate cryptocurrencies. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said on Saturday. Again, I'm sorry if I butchered that name. There's a lot of names in this news and business that I think I'm not getting right. But let's move on to some blockchain news.
It's sunny. It's sunny in Van.
Are the remaining crypto giants staring down the barrel of the US government's gun? Insiders, experts, and the rhetoric of officials suggest a reckoning with the government is inevitable for the big exchanges, and this week's action against Kraken could be just the beginning. SEC Chief Gensler warns crypto firms to comply with rules after Kraken shutters US staking program. Other platforms that offer yield earning programs should take note and come into compliance, the regulator said a day after crypto exchange Kraken said it would pay a $30 million fine to settle SEC charges. Coinbase's staking service faces questions after Kraken's SEC settlement. Crypto exchange Kraken on Thursday agreed with the SEC to pay a $30 million fine and shutter its staking platform for U.S. customers to settle charges concerning the offering unregistered securities. Tether's attempt to block CoinDesk request for stablecoin reserve records dismissed by New York court. CoinDesk filed a Freedom of Information Law request for documents about Tether's reserve in 2021. Chinese government sets sights on blockchain future with new center. Here's what you need to know. China has launched a state-backed research center dedicated to exploring blockchain's potential and achieving core technological breakthroughs related to the technology. Bitcoin price prediction as 40 billion trading volume rushes in. Are whales buying? The Bitcoin price prediction continues to remain unchanged, despite the fact the world's largest digital asset by market capitalization has been in the news lately due to recent surge in trading volume. With the trading volume of over $40 billion in the past few days, the market is buzzing with activity, and many investors are wondering what this could mean for the future of Bitcoin. NFT revolution reaches France. CryptoPunks and autoglyphs to be displayed at top modern art museum. The Centre Pompidou, a major modern art museum in France, aims to showcase NFTs from some prominent digital artists this summer in its upcoming permanent exhibition. Microsoft pulls the plug on industrial metaverse team. Here's what happened. Microsoft has discontinued its industrial metaverse core team, a 4-month-old project aimed to encourage the use of the metaverse in industrial environments. Now let's move on to more real estate.
It's sunny. It's sunny in Van.
All right, before we get further analysis in real estate, I just want to reach out to everyone. Are you a real estate professional or mortgage professional? What is it that you're doing with your social media or your digital marketing? Remember, you got to treat this like a business. If you are not putting in the time and effort, that is why you are not getting enough leads. Make sure you are creating enough lead generation so that you have enough people to reach out to on a daily, if not weekly basis. This is a numbers game. If you do not have enough leads, how are you going to grow that business? Again, one more thing, not just leads. Before I say this, I want to make sure that you get really qualified leads. You don't want any lead that is coming in that will not result in anything, maybe down the road, but make sure you're planting those seeds and asking those questions. Are you looking to purchase a home within the 1 to 3 months, 3 to 6 months, 6 to 12 or more? Understand how hot that client potentially is. Are they ready to move right away? Are they looking for education? Whatever may be, make sure you figure that out and process that and go after the priority leads first. And you can always work around the next level of leads if they're not a priority or urgent. Make sure you're doing these things. Again, your competition is already doing so. So make sure you get out there, reach out to digital marketing companies like Movement Technology Inc. that can help you with Google Ads and bring in more lead generation. Also, make sure that your website is good, that if someone's going to come to your website, they get what they need. But the biggest ask you should ask yourself is, why do you have a website? That is also lead generation. Make sure when people come to your website, they're filling out your Calendly if you do have that. If not, I suggest setting that up, or they're going through a form to tell you what exactly that they're looking for. Make sure you continue those conversations, because it is the conversations that you have that will now begin to lead to new business. Builders say Canada's foreign buyers ban is stopping construction of new homes. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's ban on foreign home buyers is making it harder to build new housing, Canadian developers say. Average Toronto home price to tick upwards this year, but lag 2022 TRREB. Canada's housing market to see listings fall in first quarter before rebounding, TD. Average Toronto home price to tick upwards this year. The Toronto Regional Real Estate Board expects the average price of a home to edge upwards as 2023 progresses, but end on a lower note than last year as buyers get off the market sidelines and make long-awaited purchases again. Canada's housing market to see listings fall in first quarter before rebounding, TD. A new report says Canada's housing market will see new listings fall in the first quarter before rebounding later in the year and then slowing to a more modest growth pace in 2024. Let's move on to cryptocurrencies.
It's sunny. It's sunny in Van.
Before we get started on the cryptocurrencies and analysis of the charts today, if you're unfamiliar with Bitcoin and Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies, please do reach out to Movement. They can really help you out. You can check out their website and their blogs. They have a lot of content, and they also do change the blogs into YouTube videos as well. So if you don't have time to read the blog, you can check out their videos. They have some great footage. They'll help you tell that story. You can read along. You can watch that video, but you get a better understanding of what cryptocurrencies are. Please do reach out to them. This show is sponsored by Movement Technology Inc., a digital marketing company. Get creative with Movement. They can do a lot of work for you, your business, your social media, help you out with your outreach, set up some Google Ads, help you out with their website. They are great. Reach out to them if you have some time. They will help your business grow. All right, everyone, it looks like Bitcoin is roughly at $22,000 today. As you can see, there was a little bit of a drop as it was around 24,000 on Wednesday, and now it is roughly at 22,000. That's roughly a $2,000 drop. But as you can see, it did go up from 16,000 all the way up to 24,000. Now, again, these numbers are in US dollars. And as if we look back again, the all-time highs here, you would see that it was at 69,000 USD, but that was back around 2021 November, and it has since declined all the way down to 16,000, but then again recovered back up to 24,000, and now we are sitting down at 22,000. Now, there are some experts saying that there will be a potential dump again in the future. This may not be the bottom. It may even go lower than the 16,000. Or is this the bottom? Is this going to go up? Only time will tell. Keep looking out at the markets and make sure that you are only investing something that you're okay with losing. Do not bet the house on this. Do not put all your money down. Maybe invest 5%, maybe invest 10% of your wealth, or much less. But please do your education and do not invest all your money in stuff like this. It is very volatile, as you can see, the ups and the downs, right? So make sure that you don't get stuck with FOMO and want to buy in as much as you possibly can because someone at work said buy Bitcoin. Make sure you do your due diligence. Let's move on to Apple stock. Let's see how Apple stock is doing. Right now, Apple stock is around $151 USD. It is up from $124 USD. And if we go back in time, you will see that Apple was at $183 US quite some time ago. And currently it is sitting at $151 USD. It is up from a low, which was $124 roughly on the 3rd of January of this year. And as you can see, it has done a substantial climb, but we'll see how it plays out later on this year. Let's move on to Amazon stock. Amazon stock right now is at $97 US. It's up from 81. It's not that big of a jump here. However, look at what it did here. It had a nice little spike all the way up to roughly $113, and now it has come back down to $97. It looks like there is a green wick happening here. It may go up a little bit more, but we'll see what happens in time there. Let's go a little bit back and let's just see where it used to be quite some time ago. You're looking at, it was topped at $188 USD. Now that was around 2021 November, and it's substantially lower right now as it did go all the way down to $81 USD, but currently sitting at $97 USD. Let's move on to Tesla stock. Tesla right now is $196 USD, close to 200. It did crack the 200 mark up here. As you can see that wick, it went a little bit above 200 all the way up to roughly $213 USD, but has come down since then to $196, $197 USD. But the low that you can see here was at $101 or $102 USD, and that is down from all the all-time high. As you can see back in 2021 November as well, it was at $414 USD, and it substantially come down to 101, and it has a little bit of a bullish move right now. As you can see, it jumped here, went all the way up to roughly 200, let's just call it $210 to $215 US. But again, it has come down. Compared to Bitcoin, has it jumped as much? No, it has not. There's a big difference for sure. We do believe in blockchain. We do believe in that technology. If you want to educate yourself, check out Movement's blogs and videos. They have a lot of great content. Be sure to check it out. Now we're done here with the cryptocurrencies. Let's move back to some more real estate news.
It's sunny. It's sunny in Van.
All right, everyone, I have already done a search. We're looking at houses under $1 million, 3+ beds, and 2+ bathrooms. And we're going to go ahead with this one right here. It looks like there may be an open house. It's February 12th. It's $1 million, located at 6286 194 B Street, Surrey, British Columbia. It actually has 4 bedrooms, 3 washrooms. Let's just click on it right here. And we're going to quickly go through this. Let's see who the listing agent here is. Gers Wazy Johal, part of Zolo 226820. 6653 if you're looking to get a hold of him. If you are an unrepresented party, if you don't have a realtor, please do reach out to us and we can help you out here. He is part of Rizzolo Realty, number 300, 1090 Homer Street in Vancouver, British Columbia. If you need to get a hold of the office, 604-239-1671. Let's quickly go through this listing. The exterior of the house in the front with the garage door. There's your kitchen. Open living room, I guess. Stairs going up. I guess the dining room, that's the kitchen. Windows outside. Another room here. Dining room, a fireplace. You can see a little bit of the backyard. Washer dryer. The layout, bedroom, master bedroom. You got the hall, walk-in closet, bathroom, bath. So you have 2 baths here. Another bath over here, garage, porch. You walk into the foyer. You got the living room, dining room, the kitchen. You got a family room on that one side. Laundry, another bath, and a bedroom here as well. Driveway, backyard. That looks pretty nice. Look at all that greenery. And it looks like that is all for the pictures. Let's look into this description here. Homeowners, investors, and developers, look no further. Offering a spacious 1,800 square foot home situated on almost a 7,300 square foot lot with a double garage, storage shed, brand new furnace, and laminate flooring throughout the home. Massive and level backyard for the kids to play and for you to host this summer. Walking distance to Willowbrook Mall, public transit, all levels of school. 2 minutes drive to Costco, Walmart, Superstore, transit, banks, and so much more. Easy access to the proposed future SkyTrain station, which is to be complete in 2028. Live in as is, rent it out, add additional suites for rental income, or hold and rebuild in the future. BC assessment is at $1.271 million. We already know the land size. It was on realtor.ca for 11 days. Age of the building is 45. Square footage is showing $2,050. Annual property tax at $3,700 roughly. And it looks like it has been sold multiple times here. In October 15th, it's showing $475,000 sale. In 2013 and 2021, May 27, it was at $1.17 million, and it sold for that price. In January 6, 2022, it sold substantially higher than it is listed at $1.144. Let's look at a little bit of statistics here in this little area. As you can see, it's by ICBC, Willowbrook, Langley Meadows. In this little area right here, population size is 745. Average household income is $123,000 a year. Number of households is 271. Medium age is 38 years old. Households with children, 61%. Now let's move on to a part of the show that I call A Sunny World, where we will do analysis on a home like this.
It's sunny. It's sunny in Van.
Before we head over to Sunny's World, let's check out the interest rates right now. 4.34 is the best. 5-year fix will work with this interest rate. And let's head over to A Sunny World. And here we go. Let's get this done. So it looks like this property was for $1 million. So let's put that in right now. And it looks like the property tax was roughly 36, 37. We'll keep it at $3,500 for this analysis. And this was a house out in Surrey. So let's just change it to Surrey. And let's just change this to 4.34. Oops, 34. And if that is compounded semi-annually, it comes out to 4.39. Hopefully this does work. All right, let's go through our advanced calculator that the movement team has built for us to do this analysis on this home. Here you guys go. Let's go through this one by one, and let's leave it at 20% down to go through this analysis. Let's do this. Now, if you are going to buy a home for $1 million at 20% down, you're going to need a $200,000 down payment. If you do a $200,000 down payment, you are going to be left with a $100,000 mortgage. At a 4.39% mortgage rate over 30 years, and roughly $3,500 for property tax over the year added into that mortgage, you're looking at roughly a $4,000 a month mortgage payment. Now, when you look at this mortgage payment, look at your salary after tax and what you're making, look at your living expenses, and to see, is this property something that you can afford? If you have double income, this does help out substantially. Out of this payment, the equity that you're going to get built is roughly $1,000 a month. So out of $4,000, $3,000 is almost all interest. The rest would be equity that you're building, or else another way to say it is principal being paid out. Now, on a month-to-month basis, that's what it would be. In a year's time, you would have built $13,000 of equity. And let's take this a little further. We're going to head over to a section that we call Sunny to the Moon.
It's sunny. It's sunny in Van.
All right, guys. Sunny to the Moon is a little bit different here. We're going to see where this property would be in 5 years. So how much equity you would build in 5 years and potential value increase of the home in 5 years. So if you are keeping this property 5 years and you're paying out this mortgage $4,000 a month on a month-to-month basis, in 5 years, you should have built $72,000 worth of equity. Now, Sunny to the Moon, we also like to put in the rental income. If you are using this as a rental income home and not a principal residence, you can get gross rent of $3,400. That is substantial against the $4,000 a month mortgage payment. So if you're going to get $3,400 a month and you can use that towards the mortgage, you're going to have roughly $900 that you're going to be paying on a month-to-month basis out of pocket. Now, that is substantially less than you would require to be paying $4,000 out of pocket. Now, if you did not have rental income and if it's principal, you're going to need roughly $132,000 a year just to be able to afford this mortgage. With rental income, you could see that it is substantially less, and you're going to only need to put out roughly $900 out of pocket. Now, it is a little bit more because we do have property tax added to this monthly mortgage, and you're looking at $900. So if you're looking to afford a home that is $1 million with an $800,000 mortgage, what is more doable? $4,000 out of your pocket or $900? Now, if we look over the years and you're building equity, but you're also putting out of pocket rent, what we like to do is we take equity less the rent to see how much money you're actually making. So month to month, you're almost making like $182 month to month. In a year, you'll have $2,400. And in 5 years, you're going to have $33,000. Yes, you're going to build $72,000 of equity. However, you also put in roughly $38,000 to $39,000 of your own money. And that's where we come up with this number. So let's do this breakdown one more time. If you buy a property for $1 million with a down payment of $200,000, which is 20%, your mortgage amount is going to be $800,000. Your monthly mortgage payment is going to be roughly $4,000. And if you are getting rent of roughly $3,400, you're only paying roughly $900 out of pocket. Now, you are getting a negative 5.35% return just because of the rental income. So this is the down payment on a yearly return on investment. So your yearly return on investment on the down payment, which is $200,000, because you're paying out of pocket, you would be making negative 5.35% of your return. However, the equity built in 5 years is roughly $72,000. But again, because you're paying out of pocket $38,000 of rent, you're basically only made $33,000. However, over the years, if the property were to increase by 6.11% year after year, in the 5th year, the property value might go up to 1.34. So let's say that again. The property value may go up to $1.345 million. That is a potential increase of $345,000 in 5 years. Now, that is if you would realize your gains, meaning you would sell this property and take this money. If you add this with a 33, that's almost close to $400,000 of a return. Now, if we add in the down payment, the 5-year return on the rent, the equity, and the property value increase, that is almost 190% return. That is a lot. So if you put in $200,000 in 5 years, you would get a potential of a $400,000 return. Now, again, the information included is for educational purposes only. This is not financial or professional advice. Now, the minimum salary required with rental income is $111,000. That is much less than $132,000. Again, if there's dual income, this is much more attainable. Or if you're a high six-figure earner, this is attainable by you individually. Now, let's do one more thing here. Let's see how much of a down payment we're going to need to make sure that we get a return, a positive return on the down payment with rent. So if we went down to 40%, it looks like it's a 0.32%. That means you're going to be making $100 on a month-to-month basis. If you were to put down 50%, you're making $600 on a month-to-month basis. However, that is also putting down $500,000. Now let's go back down to 20%, and I would like to show you something very cool here. What the bank will do in 5 years potentially is, if the property value went up to $1.35 million, the bank will look at the property value, current property value in the market, and give you a mortgage line of credit in the amount of $346,000. Now, there is a lot of variables. The bank may only give you 65% of that. They can maybe give you 80% of that. But right now, we got refinance to get 80%. You could potentially make $347,000 and use this to purchase another property and rinse and repeat this whole process. Now, if the bank only gave you 65%, that means in 5 years, you could probably get a mortgage line of credit of $145,000. That's if the bank allowed you to refinance that mortgage at 65%. If you got 80% and the property went up to $1.345 million, you're able to get 80% of that, and you could get $346,000. Now, when I say 80% of that, it's the equity that's in the home or the property value increase less the remaining mortgage. So let's just say it was $1.345 million, but your mortgage was $800,000. You would roughly have $550,000 that the bank would allow 80% to be refinanced, which is roughly $345,000. And you can use this money as a down payment, if allowed by the bank, to then purchase another property and start building that much more of your passive wealth or your passive income. Now, that is the end of our show. I hope this has brought you a lot of value. And again, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave your comments below. With that being said, Sunny out. This is season 1, episode 7. Again, we are going to get better. We are going to introduce more one-on-ones and maybe reach out to other professionals to get on the show and have a conversation. Please do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave any comments below. With that being said, Sunny out.
The clouds may gather, the winds may blow, but in my heart I know it's sunny, then let's go.